Hi, I'm Janika Harris. This is Intro to Social Welfare, summer of 2019. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about the future of social work. Social work originated in the 19th century as a movement primarily experienced with the US and the UK. But after the demise of feudalism, poverty was seen as a direct threat to social order. So the government formed the Poor Law and created an organized system to provide care to those people. In the late 1800s, a new system emerged and the method for providing aid for social ills. But one of the most influential early professionals in social work, named Miss Jane Addams, was a founder of the U.S. settlement house movement to establish settlement houses in poor urban areas. Settlement houses were created in response to some of the societal changes caused by industrial expansion. Settlement houses are neighborhoods based organizations that provide services specific to the needs of their neighborhoods, much like the community centers that we have here today in our country. This new type of social service agency focused on correcting the environment causes of poverty, and their activities included programs such as promoting legislation, prohibiting child labor and welfare, and introducing public health reforms and the concept of social insurance. The first U.S. settlement, the Neighborhood Guild, began in New York City in 1886. Social reform continued to escalate in the early 20th century, and many schools of social work were developed. But Dr. Abraham Flexner contended that social work was not a profession because it lacked specific application of theological knowledge to solving human issues. Formal social work training programs began to spread through major urban areas in the early 20th century. By 1919, there were 17 schools of social work affiliated with Association of Training Schools of Professional Social Work before it became the Council on Social Work Education. And by 1929, there were 10 university programs in social work to add scientific basis to dealing with patients with challenging issues and behaviors. When World War II became to a close or began to close, another great opportunity rose to serve the needs of military vets returning home from battle. And by 1955, the National Association of Social Workers, which we know as NASAW, was formed to promote professional development and advance social policies, enhance education opportunities in the field. So that leaves us today, which is social workers continue to lead the way towards social justices and developing private charitable organizations to serve individual communities in need. The increase for social services will drive the demand for social workers, but the growth will vary by specializations. The employment of child, family, and school social work is projected to grow at nearly 14% faster than the average of all occupations by the year 2026. Although social work is the fastest growing profession in the US, with the influx of baby boomers coming of age and needing geriatric care services, and the increase of drug, alcohol, and opioids abuse, increased caseloads are not enough for there are too many increased caseloads and not enough qualified social workers in the field. with employers trying to get more done with less. The new technology today that we have is an advantage for social workers because we use the technology to facilitate various forms of social services, including counseling, case management, and support groups, just to name a few. But also, technology is used to facilitate communication, obtaining information, and providing information for our clients as a whole. And this is some knowledge that I have on future social work and where it's going to. But even with all the increased caseloads and the influx on baby boomers and the high demand for qualified social workers, the future pay does not coincide with the demands that's needed for the job today in the 21st century. And this concludes my information that I've gathered for the future of social work.